Hi, welcome back to Green Lantern Gaming. I'm Green Lantern, and I hope that this video helps you determine why you should start your dynasties with Tactician. So, as you can see, I have started a new dynasty. It is with Ball State. You see in the upper right-hand corner, head ball coach, Ball State coach, level 1. This is important because this is why I choose Tacticians to begin with. When we go over to our coach abilities, you'll see that to go from level 1 to level 2, it's going to take 700 experience points. And with a tactician, just for winning the game, you get 450 XP points. Now, if your offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator does not have or they are not tacticians, then you get 450 points just for winning a game, plus whatever XP you've earned in the game. Ball State, their offensive coordinator, has nine scheme guru, so that is 900 bonus XP points for each win. So just for winning a game, right now you get 1350 XP for each win on top of the XP that you generate while you're playing the game. The reason that it's important is because, again, go back to the coach abilities and you see that it costs 700 XP to go from level 1 to level 2. We would double up level 1, get a good chunk of level 2 out of the way, possibly getting into level 3 off of one win. Now, as each level increases, yes, the number of XP it costs to level, when you start hitting level, 10, 11, 12, um, then that number increases, right? But you will always be ahead of anyone who uses Motivator or Recruiter for their bases. That is to say, you will get to level 10 quicker than the other teams, other coach modes, all other things being equal. So how do we manage that in terms of, well, I have tactician, my coordinators do not have scheme guru or tactician. Well, at the end of the coordinator's contracts, you can fire them and hire tacticians. And if you have two tacticians, even if they don't have scheme guru, that's 450 and 450, which is again 900. So even if you lose your offensive coordinator, you lose your defensive coordinator because you can't retain them due to NIL, then hiring two tacticians will still give you 1350 XP for each win. Now, let's look at that schedule. Where's the schedule? Oh, here we go. So, custom schedules. Okay, you wouldn't want to play Ohio State. That's not, I'm playing on Heisman. That's not anything you want to do. So, we can change that. Let's go to, say, Charlotte. All right. FCS Midwest should be a win. Liberty, we can leave them up there. Northwestern will take off, and we will put, say, Hawaii up there. So this gives us some decent, we're playing in the MAC, and Ball State is kind of a middle of the road team in the MAC. So you should probably get some wins there as well, right? But you want to set yourself up to where you get as many wins as possible. And just looking at this 13, rounded down now, 13, 13, 13. So you're looking at 13 across, let's say you win five to seven games. Let's say 7 games. You go 7-5, not a bad year coming out of Ball State. But 1350 times 7, quick public math, is 9,450 XP points just from the coaches alone, in addition to the XP that you get in those wins, and the XP that you get in those losses. So, what would be the next step? The next step would be unlocking Scheme Guru. No, we're going to discharge those changes, right? So, when you go back to your coach and coach abilities, okay, your trait is going to be Scheme Guru. To do that, you need 8 top 25 games. You need to win 8 top 25 games, right? And spend 200 in Tactician. Well, you're going to spend 200 in Tactician anyway because it's the only one that you have open now until you get up to level 10. So how do we handle that? Again, we go back to custom scheduling. Again, you don't want Ohio State, but let's look at what are some top 25 teams that we may be able to get over on, right? Let's see what we got here. Houston. Houston might be a team that we can get a sneaker win in if you're very, very diligent in your play calling, right? So that'd be one. Um, not Iowa, maybe, depending on if you play them home or away. Louisville, you'll stay away from Michigan, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, no, um, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, maybe. Again, it's one of those things where you want to pick and choose. Utah definitely is someone that you could probably get a win with. I would recommend bringing them to your place. Washington, again, someone I think that you can get a win over, bringing them to your place and then playing conservative. But the point would be you would want to play the teams that are 20 to 25 because it doesn't say to get 8 top 10 wins. It says to get 8 top 25 wins. And then, of course, if you do uh, run the gamut and you're able to make it to the playoffs, then that would lead you to actually be able to play more ranked opponents. But if you could get two this year, again, schedule two or three. You want to schedule, two or three of that 20 to 25 range teams where you play, conservative, um, chew clock type of ball, football where they don't have the ball as much on offense. Then definitely is doable to get the 8 top 25 games that you need to unlock Scheme Guru. Well, that's it. That's just something I wanted to say and put out there. Let me know if this is something that you thought about, you didn't think about. Let me know if put it down in the comments below what you think about the video. And that's it for now. So thanks for stopping by. As always, you have been great, and I have been Green Lantern.